Welcome class 6 in our e-learning class. Now today we will start prepositions and their correct uses from our English grammar book, page number 91. And from here your term 2 syllabus starts. Okay, what I said, from this chapter, that means this prepositions and their correct uses, your term 2 syllabus starts. Okay, so read the sentences given below. The books are on the table. The dog is sitting under the table. Orange juice is kept in the jug. In the above sentences, on, under, in are prepositions. They indicate the relation between the books, the dog, and orange juice with another noun in each sentence. So you underline this sentence. They indicate the relation between the books, the dog, and orange juice with another noun in each sentence. So what is the work of a preposition? It relates, or it shows the connectivity, or it shows the relation. That's why it is said that it relates. A preposition is a word often placed before a noun or a pronoun to show its relation with some other word in the sentence. So it is placed before a noun or a pronoun to show the relation of that particular noun or pronoun with some other word in the sentence. The king ruled over a vast kingdom. He is happy with Rohit's performance. The students are in the auditorium. The calendar is on the wall. In the above examples, over, in, with and on are prepositions because they are showing the relation. How? The king ruled over a vast kingdom. So here the relation between the king and the vast kingdom is established with this word over. If the sentence has been just kept like this, the king ruled a vast kingdom, then also the sentence would have become correct. But with the usage of this over, the sentence has become more meaningful. Then he is happy with Rohit's performance. So here he, the relation between he with Rohit's performance, it is just shown, or this relation has been established with the help of the word with. Just try to read the sentence without the preposition with. He is happy Rohit's performance. In that case, the sentence is becoming meaningless. So with the help of this preposition with, the sentence is becoming a correct one, a meaningful one, and the relation between he and Rohit's performance is established or is shown. The students are in the auditorium. So again, if we read without the preposition here, the students are the auditorium. So the sentence is becoming meaningless. The students are the auditorium. That means the auditorium resembles the students. The sentence would become like this only. The auditorium resembles students. You just try to link it with yourself and the auditorium of your school. Just try to relate it. That means somebody is trying to say that the students are the auditorium. That means the auditorium is students. How funny it would become, no? So with the help of this word in, the connection between, or the relation between the students and the auditorium has been shown. The calendar is on the wall. Again, if we read without the preposition, the calendar is the wall. How horrible it will become. That means the wall itself is the calendar. The wall itself is the calendar, because the calendar is the wall. So it will become quite funny naturally. So here, with the help of this word on, the relation between the calendar and the wall has been shown. So underline the prepositions in the following sentences. It is very easy. You will complete this one and we will discuss it again in one of our offline videos or live class. One of our live classes, if it is plural I want to mean. Next, object of a preposition. What do we mean by this one? The object of a preposition. Beforehand we have come to know about the object of the transitive verb. We have come to know that when the verb is having an object, then that verb is said as the transitive verb. Like Rohit killed the bird. Rohit killed what? The bird. So here the bird is becoming the object for the verb killed, and it is becoming there the transitive verb. And here we will see the object of a preposition. The noun or pronoun before which a preposition is placed is called the object of the preposition. So you underline this one. The noun or pronoun before which a preposition is placed, it is called the object of the preposition. So in the garden. So where the sentence is, no sentences here. In the garden. So in is the preposition, the garden is the object. From him, from is the preposition, him is the object. In phrase A, the garden is the object of the preposition in, and in phrase B, him is the object of the preposition from. Now underline the prepositions and circle their objects in the given sentences. The first one has been done for you. It is also very easy. You will complete this one, and likewise we will discuss the answers in one of our offline videos or live classes. Okay. Types of preposition. How many types of prepositions are here? Here it has been shown as 3 different types of preposition. Preposition of place, preposition of time, preposition of direction. Now what is prepositions of place? Prepositions that give us information about the place, location or position of a noun or pronoun in relation to something else are called prepositions of place. So the work of this preposition of place is to show or give us the information about the place, the location or the position of the noun or the pronoun in relation to something else are called preposition of place. So where the noun is, where the pronoun is, the location, place and position, these 3 things are shown by this preposition of place, because it gives us the information about the place, location or position. So next, examples: in, at, on, between, among, above, across, below, under, beside, by, behind. All these are preposition of place. At and in are used as preposition of place. At suggests a point in space, in suggests a region. So you kindly underline this one. At suggests a point in space, that means the given space, and in suggests a region, a locality. And the before line also will underline. At and in are used as prepositions of place, and at suggests a point in space, in suggests a region. Her friends live at Sultanpur. So definite point, Sultanpur. Rohit was studying at Mathura in UP. Now UP, we all know, Uttar Pradesh, it is a state, and there a definite place is there, which is Mathura. There Rohit is studying. So we have to remember this one, that at and in both can be used in the same sentence, but there the usage you have to understand. At is used when we are trying to point somewhat definite area, and in when we want to mean a large area. Like for example, Uttar Pradesh, it is, we all of us, we know that it is a big state. It is a big state, Uttar Pradesh, and there Mathura, a definite place, there Rohit studies. So at is used for this definite place Mathura, and in is used for this whole state UP. My aunt lives at Toronto in Canada. Same thing, Canada is a big place, and there a definite place is there, Toronto, where my aunt lives. Look at these examples. The pencil is in the box. Here in shows the location of a thing inside a limited area. So here in is again used in a definite manner. That means it is showing over here the location of a thing inside a limited area. This box is a limited space. It is a limited space where the pencil is kept. The pencil is kept at the center of the box. Here at indicates a particular point or sometimes a meeting place. So a particular place, not the box. When I am saying the box, it can be any place, at the corner, at the edge, because here it is written the pencil is in the box. So the pencil can be anywhere inside the box, at the edge, at the corner, at the center, anywhere. But whenever I am mentioning at the center, that means it is kept at the center, not at the edge or at the corner or at the side, but just at the center of the box. The pencil is on the table. Here on indicates above the surface with which it is having some sort of touch. Okay. The pencil is kept above the box on the table. So the preposition above indicates at a higher level than something. So the pencil is kept above the box on the table, over the table. That means on the table we are having a box, and on the box we are having, or over the box we are having the pencil. The pencil is kept above the box on the table. The preposition above indicates at a higher level than something. The pencil is under the table. Here under is used to indicate below something. The pencil is kept by the box. Here by indicates next to, beside it. The pencil is beside the box on the table. Here beside indicates by the side of. Example, the post office is beside the main road. So here also almost like by. By indicates next to and beside indicates by the side of. The pencil is between the box and the book. That means between two things. Between two things the pencil is kept. The preposition between indicates between two things. Then the pencil is kept among clips and hairbands. That means many things are there. And among those things the pencil is also there. So the preposition, here the preposition among indicates among many things. Sometimes among refers to among many persons or things. Underline this one. The pencil is kept behind the box. The preposition behind indicates that it is partly or fully covered by something in front. So with the help of these examples you can understand very well that what or in which way we need to use the preposition. And here you must be very careful about the usage of at and in, because they can be both used in the same sentence, but where at will definite a particular area and in will show somewhat a larger area. Like for example, we live at Bardhaman in West Bengal. So likewise you can understand the same thing, like Rohit is studying at Mathura in UP. So we live at Bardhaman in West Bengal. West Bengal is a huge state. West Bengal is a huge state, and there a definite area is there which is known as Bardhaman, and we live there. Now it's better, it will be better said in this manner that we live at Purbo Bardhaman in West Bengal. We live at Purbo Bardhaman in West Bengal. West Bengal is a big area, and within that big area a place is there, definite place is there, a particular place is there which is Purbo Bardhaman, and there we live. There is an illustration which shows what is implied by some prepositions of place. Look at the picture given here and read the sentences given below. Let's see. The rocking chair is under the fan. Just you can see under the fan. Vertically below, that means just directly below. The book is under the lampshade, so it is also vertically below. The fan is over the girl's head, vertically above. The fan is over the girl's head, vertically above. Just if you see like this, you just you can see on top of your head it is. The curtain rod is above the window at a higher level. Above the window, here we want to mean at higher level. The painting is above the window. It is also at higher level. The window is below the painting at a lower level. The chair is beside the table at the side of the table. Okay. Now, which chair they want to mean? So many chairs are here. According to this picture, the chair is beside the table. Beside the table. Which chair they want to mean? Achha, use of beside and besides. Beside can be used to indicate the position or location of something, somebody or something next to somebody or something. Beside can be used, let's read once more and you underline also. Beside can be used to indicate the position or location of somebody or something next to somebody or something. Just beside me. It can be either on my left side or on my right side. Okay. It can be just next to. Next to means it can be on the either sides of the person. It can be the left side of the person, like for me, left side of the person, or the right side of the person, but it is beside too. Okay, where we were? Yes, the girl stood beside her mother, indicates at the side of. It can be the left side of the mother or the right side of the mother, but next to. The mall is beside the office complex, so it can be on either side of the office complex. It can be just left side or right side, it doesn't matter. Now, besides can be used to indicate different things, underline. Besides the teacher, everyone was tired. So, apart from the teacher, here besides the teacher means apart from the teacher. Apart from the teacher means that only the teacher was not tired. Other than the teacher, rest were all tired. Besides the teacher, everyone was tired. So only the teacher was not tired, but apart from the teacher, that means other than the teacher, all were tired. I ate a pizza beside pasta and garlic bread. Means in addition to pasta and garlic bread, I ate a pizza. That means I ate a pizza besides pasta and garlic bread. It wants to mean, that means the speaker wants to mean that he or she not only ate a pasta and garlic bread, but also has eaten the pizza. Okay, something wrong happened over here. Just for that reason, I have to pause the class. So as I was saying that I ate a pizza besides pasta and garlic bread. That means not only I have eaten pasta and garlic bread, but also I have enjoyed or I have eaten a pizza. Now, prepositions of time. Prepositions of time indicate time or duration. Here are some examples of prepositions of time like at, on, in, by, until, for, during, between, within, since, after and before. So you can find here at, on, in. They are also present here during the time of this preposition of time, and also they were present for that preposition of place. Let's see. I reached the school at 7 a.m. She is sleeping since morning. In the above sentence, at and since are prepositions of time. At indicates the exact time, at 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock, at 9 o'clock. That means the definite time. And since it indicates a point of time from when the action has started. It means point of time. So now read the sentences given below. Rita reached the airport at 9 p.m. Here at indicates particular time of the day. We went to the temple at the beginning of this year. Here at indicates the beginning of a year, particular point of time. We met our cousins at Diwali. Here at is used for indicating the time for Diwali festival. He was born on 25th December 2000. The preposition on indicates date. He was born on Monday. Here on indicates the day. These things are very easy and we normally use them. So we are quite acquainted with these things. Then men hunted animals in ancient times. Here in indicates the entire period of time. I went to the market in the morning. Here in indicates part of a period of time. Okay, I will finish my work by 8 p.m. Here by indicates a time limit. He will sleep until dark. Until indicates time limit but also implies continuation of an action. That means it will not be completed over there, it will continue. You underline this one. Until indicates time limit. Until indicates time limit but also implies continuation of an action. Rita slept for 2 hours. Here for indicates the length of an action or how long an action lasts. I went on an adventure trip during the vacation. Here during indicates known period of time. I was alert during the match. Here during indicates duration of an action. I was at my friend's house between 8 p.m. and 9 p.m. Between indicates duration between 2 points of time. I will complete my project within a week. Here within indicates before the end of a certain period. So you will read this portion very well or very nicely, because these things are very common. We are used to all this usage of preposition. Still then you will read properly so that your usage becomes more perfect. Okay, and also you will try to complete exercise number D. In our next class, either we will discuss the answers or we will proceed with the explanation of the next part of the chapter. Okay, still then, stay happy, stay blessed, bye.